Dobar dan. Hello. My name is Darko Kantić. I'm Drupal developer, and I'll be presenting about Drupal installation profiles. So, in this presentation, first we're going to have a brief introduction. Then going to look at some distributions, and at the end we're going to show a user case how custom profiles been used to save development cost and streamline site creation. So they've been part of Drupal since Drupal 5, and if you ever installed Drupal, you probably used installation profile. We got 2 inbuilt profiles, and you can create additional profiles. So this is out of box Drupal. So to create profile is relatively simple. To get started, you just copy and paste whole folder, standard profile in profiles folder, and you rename it. And then you need to rename few files. For example, .profile file, we're gonna rename from standard to open book, and our hook we're gonna rename, and there we can put our code. Also, we got .install file. Again, we're gonna just rename the main functions and file, and it's similar to install file in the modules. And then once you do these few things, that your profile will install. Now it's going to be more or less same as a Drupal profile because you haven't put anything in yet, but we'll show what we can do to make it do what we want it to do. So in the profile that we had just created, you can put stuff and code to achieve the functionality of the site that you want your profile to create once you run it, once you run the install. And you can achieve that in few ways. First one is programmatically, just by coding, same like you would code the module, similar. You can also use features module, and you can use configuration management module, which is an alternative to feature. It's a new module. So programmatically, you can put your code in hook install and in .profile file, and is very much similar to writing a module. Also, you can create custom modules, and you can put code in there in .install file of your custom module. If you have some specific feature or functionality that you want to keep separate from the install, from the main install. So at this stage, when you start installing with your custom profile, Drupal is fully Bootstrap, so you can use all the Drupal hooks that you used to use in your modules. You can use all API functions. You can do things like create nodes programmatically. You can create Drupal variables programmatically, which is useful to automate configuration. So stuff you do when you install a country module and you do some configuration with your Go interface. When you save the form, it gets saved into the Drupal variable. So in your installation profile, you can use Drupal variable save and save these variables programmatically, so you can mimic what would these forms do. In addition to this programmatic way of creating your functionality, you can you can use features module. I don't know if you use features module so far. No. It was created as a way of packaging certain functionalities of Drupal and moving them from one side to another. But you can also use it in installation profile. So you would create a Drupal feature with your GUI interface, package some features and functionality in it, and it will create a module for you. And then when you run installation profile, if you enable that module, which is a Drupal feature, it will automatically create all the Drupal entities that you put in there. For example, you can create views and package them as a features, and when you run installation profiles, all your views will be there in new sites that you just installed. And if you have a number of features that you put in installation profile, you can enable some of them on install by putting in .info file as a dependency, or you can leave some of them disabled, so when user can choose to enable certain feature of the site and not another, depending on what they need. Configuration management module is a new module. It's alternative to features. It's a lightweight. It's less complicated than feature, but it can do less. But what it can do is can do kind of better. So you can use that instead. So you can use install profile to create Drupal distributions, and there are many Drupal distributions now that you can find on drupal.org. So these are the pre-packaged features of the sites for a specific type of site. For example, if you need a site for publishing, you can create a site that will, when you install it, be ready to create a newspaper website. And various digital agencies do it for various reasons, to promote themselves, and you have a fully fledged e-commerce site created as a profile. So you have a look. So you can see it's more than 1,000 distributions there, and you can search by various. But if I do, I don't know. Yeah, you can see 33 distributions that are kind of commerce based. Some of them will be more ready than others. Some of them you can just install and have a ready site to go. Some of them will need to configure a bit further. So in addition to this, we can use profile something different. So organizations discover that they can use them internally for various, not to actually publish profile on a Drupal site for other to use, but they can make good use for themselves. For example, agency can use it as a development starting point. So, and if you end up doing e-commerce site, you always kind of repeat, install certain modules, do certain configuration. So you can kind of freeze all this and make your own internal starter kit distribution, so to speak, or install profile. And then when next customer comes, you can just install this on your dev server and continue from already half-built site and just do customer-specific configurations. So that can save you some considerable development time. Also, if organizations have to create lots of sites the same, like for different countries, for different markets, Asian, European market, or just in different languages. So they don't want multi-language site because each site is different, it's got different content, but they want it to be in different language. They can also use installation profile. So you're going to look at a project that I worked together when I was at Oxfam. I worked with the Web Solution Agency, and we created this this installation profile, and they called it internally Click and Go project. So the task was to create a profile that would create a site very quickly from program countries. So these are the country where Oxfam is humanitarian charity organization. So program countries where they help, they got various programs to spend money that donators donated. So each of these countries used to, or programs there, they used to create their own little websites, and they would employ local digital agencies, and they all look different. So it talks on that they kind of realized that it'd be better if they all look the same, and if they didn't have to spend money on money is better spent on actual programs than to building a website that will show what they're doing. And each site could be in different language, but other than that, they're all very similar. So we created a click and go install profile. It's a Drupal 7. So you can run a Drupal installation through your browser, but you can also run it using Drush from command line. So this is useful because you can put it in a script. So you can also pass various parameters to installation profile. So we created a JSON file with various parameters inside, and that was kind of passed to this Drush install. Kind of site-specific information like site name, language, introduction text, various admin users with their email, so that profile would actually create users and mail them. Once you install site, they'll just get email, they can log in and start entering content straight away. So in next phase, they'll just create a web form internally that people can request the site, and then they can save that form, and it will pre-populate this JSON file automatically. So whole process can be kind of automatic. They can just request site, click submit. Once it's been approved, they will get the email with URL of this ready-made site. They can just start entering content. So these are some sites. We can have a look. So this is site in English, for example. So it's pretty simple site. But then we created, for example, Peru was in Spanish. So in JSON file, you put just ES for Spanish, and the site would be created in Spanish. Again, or in Arabic. This was a challenge, but it was lucky that Tamer from Web Solutions speak Arabic, so that helped. So we had to put some additional CSS, but So one site is alive. The challenge is how you can update all the live site, and but at the same time you want to create new sites as well. So that was relatively easy because there's just one code base. So you just basically update installation profile, and you can add hook update. So when you create a new site, all the new functionality will be there. But if you run update on existing site, they'll be updated as well. Also, if you use features module, you can revert features. So you update feature in installation profile, so new site will be created with this new updated features. But if you from Git, if you pull new features code onto the existing site and revert features, all the changes will be applied there. And also because it's one code base, it was easy to update theme. So if you need some changes, visual changes, you just update one theme, pull it from Git on existing site. At the same time, it's all new sites will already have this because it's all in code. So benefits to organizations, well, I can say development costs and money. They can enforce same look and feel rather than digital agencies creating a different website. They all look differently. It's all managed centrally. You put same functionality in each site, so you can enforce same editor's workflow, same content approval process, and you're able to implement all changes at the same time across all the sites. So, any questions? No? Okay, we have early lunch. Thank you very much.